Hi guys, welcome back. I need to clean my glasses. Aries, per usual, we are going to do what's your next blessing coming in? I thought with Uranus, I think it is coming out of Taurus. Life has been lifing for everyone. And I think that we all just need a little bit more blessings in our lives. So let's see what's going on. Aries. Okay. I actually do need, which I forgot. I kind of rushed into things with you guys, so there might be something there about rushing into situations, being in a hurry. I actually was going to skip reading today because I wasn't feeling great all day. And I had literally a moment where I was hanging out and I felt decent. And I was like, let me read. And I just kind of hurried it. So anyway, I feel like you guys might rush into something. Make sure you're taking your time to get ready, and whatever it is, you'll get to it, right? Is what I'm getting. Don't do what I do. Okay. There. I feel much better. Okay. Aries. Your next blessing. Aries, Aries, Aries. Forgiveness. Okay. So, as I was shuffling, I was doing my meditation prayer. We'll just call it a prayer just to make it simple for you guys, right? So you guys can understand. And I was doing my prayer I adjusted it a little bit in my head, which usually I always do it beforehand, but this time I was doing it again in my head, and I added in it, I asked for protection, which is not normally in my meditation what I do, because I do several different meditations. This one's specific to like reading and stuff. I added things, and what came out for you guys was forgiveness. So I feel like somebody might have hurt you. Somebody might have caused a lot of damage in your life, Aries. Somebody might have, or somebody might even want forgiveness. But either way, this person, whoever this is, whatever this is, this might have caused almost like you to change who you are as a person, right? So I am getting forgiveness here. So you could either be giving or receiving forgiveness for whatever it is that was done, right? And I feel like some of you guys might have actually been praying either to get maybe karma, be careful with that, or maybe like to receive answers, to receive the truth about certain situations, to receive clarity. Yeah, some of you guys might have been actually like praying and speaking to God to help you release maybe some anger, some resentment for whatever it is, right? Trying to heal. Let's get one more. Okay. And community. Okay. And then at the bottom is flow. Right now, I feel like you guys are flowing with life. Life is starting to adjust. I feel like things were chaotic, and I feel like things are starting to come together. Things are just flowing. It's not like a current movement. It's not like current. It's not. It was very bouncy. It feels like you've come to a part of the clearing of the creek, right, or whatever it is, and it's starting to just move slowly, right? Things are kind of starting to flow in and out and in and out, and it seems like every day it seems like one thing gets fixed, right, or something else gets fixed, when before it was almost like every day something else went wrong, and every day was a new problem, and it was just like, oh, I have to fix this, I don't have enough for that, and it was just, and it seemed like it's been like that for a while. Now it almost seems like the reversal, right? It's almost like that pendulum has started to swing back, and it's the reverse energy of like, you know, everything was going wrong. Now it's like little by little. Don't worry about my cat. He's gonna come to the window and cat crossing. I should get a sign that says cat crossing. Um, don't mind my tiger. Um, yeah, and so some of you guys, this could have been a group of people that was talking shit about you, a group of a community. You might have even lost like a bunch of your friends, people you thought were your friends. You might have even lost a group, right? This could be a group of anything. Maybe you guys were a group of knitting. Maybe you guys, you know, whatever it is, right? You lost your D&D group, whatever. And you guys are going to find a new community, one that's going to be more supportive. And if you didn't have a group before, you're gonna find one now, one that's more to your niche, one that's gonna, I'm seeing like um so much love and laughter. Like I'm seeing like a lot of happiness. You know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing that the Stranger Things scene where you know, they play D&D and D and they're like laughing and having fun and pizza and like finding your people, right? Like I'll give you guys an example. I am great at party planning, yeah. But I have stopped party planning. I have stopped making get-togethers because I would go all out, and on my phone I have a ton of people that I knew. Nobody would show up, or one person would show up, and I eventually was like, okay, I get it, like these aren't my people, right? So eventually I stopped doing it. I do hope eventually I'll come into my community, right, and I'll have friends that enjoy those kinds of things. But I stopped doing it because it was obvious that it was not, I was not supported, and there was a lot of envious people, right? And so that's kind of what I'm getting. Like it doesn't have to be that exact situation, but I'm getting like those kinds of situation where you just weren't supported um in anything. It feels like you weren't supported in anything. In anything. You guys might have had that one or two friends that kind of like threw you a bone every once in a while. But you know those friends that are like, you know, they're your ride or die, right? Your people. I don't feel like you guys had that, right? And I feel like the friends that you did have might have stabbed you in the back. Um, but okay, let's go deeper. But yeah, you're coming into your community. You're coming into new people that are actually going to be actual friends. They're going to be there for you. They're going to be very loyal. People that defend your name behind your back, right? I just got, what is this? The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, nothing grew. Nothing grew. It's almost like even relationships, friendships, it would never last. I'm seeing purple, so some of you guys might have like a purple aura. Um, but it feels like none of your friendships would last. They'd go for a little while, and then eventually it soured. It was almost like there was a missing ingredient. Like almost like people would become, look, Four of Pentacles, people would become really greedy, they'd become really jealous, they'd become really petty, and like become friends with your friends, and then your friends would talk shit behind your back. Those two friends, and then eventually like you'd be cut out, or they'd talk shit behind your back and you didn't even know. Like you had no idea because you're trying to help these people, or you're trying to be a good friend, and little do you know there was like fuckery going on behind your back, right? Or even with like your, like if you were with a significant other, you were dealing with people that would go and like deal with, some of them you might have even like gotten with your friends, or like your friends would know and they wouldn't tell you just because they wanted you hurt, which is so fucking weird. Like why would you, I don't know, that's just weird to me. That's just weird to me. I'll give you guys an example. I made friends with this person who did me super dirty in the end. And I bake. And at the time, I had a large clientele. And so she needed extra money. So I was like, oh, I'll show you. I'll show you how to do these things. And if you help me make my stuff while you learn, I'll give you a cut of it. Right? Long story short, I was showing her how to like make extra money. And in the middle of that, she screwed me over so bad. So bad. Like, I was just like, what the? I thought this was a real friend, right? While I'm over there trying to help her life, she's over there, literally like, no, no. So that's kind of like examples of what I'm seeing, okay? Nothing ever grew. Everything there was plants there were seeds that were planted, and only you would water it, right? So let's say you had a schedule and somebody else had to water it. Things would just never grow the way they were supposed to. But I am getting a lot of this has to do with friendships. If not also relationships, but mostly friendships is what I'm getting. Right? And I just saw 1111, which that is confirmation for me. Like, yeah, right, you're on the right path. Meaning like whatever it is that I'm doing, I'm on the right path. So right now they're saying yes. And so you've kind of stayed on your own because you'd rather be alone than be with fake ass people or people that are not around when you need. What is the point of having friends if they're not there to support you in the time of need? If they're only there in the good times, what the fuck? I can have fun by myself. I could be like one of those famous actors and pay for friends. What? I don't want that. I'd rather be alone and take myself out to dinner and go shopping. And you're supposed to be there for me when things are bad, right? And vice versa. Like, if I can't call you when I have an emergency and you don't call me back for weeks or months at a time, like, that's not a friend. I'll get AAA. Like, I don't need that shit. So, yeah, no. All right, let's clarify community. I actually like the setup of my camera better. What do you guys think? You guys can kind of see the cards better. I'm not one to show the cards just because I'm reading them. You don't need to see them, but at least you can see part of it. My selenite stone is in the way. And I don't really have anywhere else to put it. I kind of have everything set up perfectly here. All right, let's clarify community. I'm hearing, I think it's the Beatles. Is it the Beatles? Hello, hello. I don't know why I say goodbye. I'll say hello. The Ace of Coins in reverse. And then the Page of Coins in reverse. I think this was a community that you're leaving. And I think this is actually your gift. Some of you guys could be leaving a community because you guys thought this was like a great opportunity. You guys thought this was going to be like the best thing ever. And it kind of turned out to fail. Some of you guys could have even tried to start a business. And there was like schemes here that went on. Some of you guys could have lost money. You could have lost businesses. You guys could have lost clients because they were talking behind your back. Stuff like that. Some of you guys could have even lost opportunities at work. I'm getting a huge loss here, but like financial loss. And I feel like whatever you were doing was a great idea had you dealt with the right people. It would have worked out. But unfortunately, with the Page of Coins in reverse, those people were not giving, they were taking. They were actually taking ideas. Some of them might have even like started their own businesses in what you were doing and poaching your clients, that kind of stuff. That's what I'm getting. I don't know, Aries, what's going on here, but it does feel like they were like taking jobs from you. I just heard somebody like in what is it called? Construction, like going to client meetings with you guys and then like poaching clients, poaching whatever it is, right? Taking from you. And the whole while, you're thinking that they're working with you and working for you. And it turns out that no, they were actually like using you to start up to basically betray you in whatever which way possible. And it's funny because I did talk about how the whole thing with, me teaching this girl how to do what I was doing. Um, but she had just started to learn, right? When I found out what I found out, luckily. And luckily, I turned to my cards to get some information, and I was like, oh no. Oh no, 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 no. So luckily she didn't get far enough to be able to do right. But even then, I know that I have several nemesis, and not from my doing. It's almost like people do me dirty and then hate me. Okay, you did me dirty, and then you hate me. That's real interesting. But I don't give a shit. It doesn't phase me. That's just another fan. In fact, that's a super fan, because your haters are super fans, right? Yeah, with the page of coins, and then death in reverse. I feel like some of these people want to come back. You're not interested, though. You're not interested. You're not interested. With the Queen of Coins, nope, you're not interested. You're going to make a choice. And there are people that are coming in that you want equal give and take. And you have a choice here. No, this is all in reverse. How the fuck is this all in reverse? All of these cards are in reverse. And then the star. This used to be a wish of yours. This used to be a wish of yours, and now you're actually not the I feel like you might have been in like the Queen of Pentacles energy. You're moving into your Queen of Cups energy, and this is something that you're going to start with passion, and it's something that you're going to do with your intuition. And I feel like people are going to come in and you're going to use your intuition. I feel like you were dealing with people that were talking caring more about money or caring more about status than cared about loyalty, right? And I feel like once you opened your heart and you learned that lesson, you are your intuition is three things, right? It is your gut, it is your stomach, but your intuition is also your brain, and it's also your heart. When you have all three in sync, that it's powerful, right? It's so powerful. And so I feel like you were missing that aspect, and your intuition wasn't as strong because you weren't using your heart. Now I feel like it is open, and you're going to be going into something that you might actually be making less, but you're going to love it more, and you're going to have people support you even more, right? Because it's not about the money. It's about like doing what you love with people that you love, right? Yeah. So I feel like for you guys, what's coming in is forgiveness, but really, Carl Jung even says, forgiveness. You don't really forgive people. You let it go. You release it is what you do, right? And so I think that that's what you guys are doing. Let me get you guys some guidance cards. How much time do we have? Actually, let me go deeper. I have a little bit of time, so let's just do. I'm starting a new series, so I forgot the layout that I was doing. Yeah, waterfall. Look, there's abundance coming in. Yeah, you're having an emotional release. Right now, you guys could be crying a lot. You guys could be going through a lot of, like I said, you're going into your emotions, and when your heart opens, there's a lot of waterworks, right? You're releasing a lot. But there's also going to be tears of joy, because there is abundance coming in. Whatever you lost is going to come back to you. Let's clarify community. Yeah, you're going to have an overflowing abundance. Like, it's just going to be great. But there is a need to release. There's a need to let it go. And like I said, Carl Jung says we don't really forgive. We just let it go. We just release it. That's really what it is. It's understanding the lesson and then releasing it. And then with community, you got sunrise. You have a happy new beginning. It's a brand new day. It's a brand new day, which is funny because I'm literally watching the sunrise as we speak. And you were going through your darkest before the dawn time right now. It felt like you were at the bottom. There was just bottom, right? You didn't have clarity. There was obstacles to overcome, like I was saying. There was like obstacle. These problems are ending, and your future is starting now, and it's going to be really bright. You're in your awakening now, and you're going to have a brand new start. And then fireworks at the bottom. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let me get you guys some guidance. I thought I had chosen some cards, but apparently I didn't. Um let me see. What are these? All right, let's choose these. All right. All right, guidance for Aries. Guidance for Aries. Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Yeah. Yes. And with you guys, the movement is spiritual. It's emotional, right? With forgiveness, you are releasing all of that, the cloudiness that was taking up way too much space. And then blame. I accept as responsibility for my well-being. We do go through things that people hurt us with, but at that point, we have to choose whether to heal or not to heal. And that, unfortunately, is your responsibility. Somebody can't come and fix you or make you feel better. Even if you got an apology, even if you got a closure, you give yourself closure. I can promise you that even if you get closure from whoever hurt you, it doesn't help. You have to come into your own closure. All right, it's time to decide. All right, Aries, I love you guys so much. I hope this helped, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.